Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up?
And today on Movie Social, we're going to be doing a review of the Amazon Prime movie, Bliss. Before we actually divulge into that review, if you like what we're doing on this channel with these reviews for movies, TV shows, video games, and anime, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video and channel with your family and friends. Alright, so there's probably a lot of questions and answers to be had from Bliss.
Hold on, let me pull out my sheet of answers or questions. Where did this movie come from?
This movie came from, I ain't gonna say.
What was going on in this movie? Because there's so many questions that need to be answered.
Okay, so here's the big question to me that a lot of people probably have. Was this all in his mind? Was he, as you asked earlier, high the whole time? Or was this really happening?
Well, let me rephrase that. I wasn't asking was he high the entire time? Well, yeah. Was he high and we was experiencing the movie through his eyes as a high person?
Or imagination?
Yeah.
Who knows? Technically, it could have been either or. Because you see at the end, he's in rehab. But was that court-ordered rehab because he still was stuck in that place and they thought he was just that high and delusional? And she and Salma Hayek really was in the real world having left. And they really are doctors in real life, and that was just virtual.
Listen, there's so many questions because, okay, I went back and, like I said, I told him, I went back and watched a couple scenes over again. His wallet glitched.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did his wallet what like that? Okay, that's something that made me think. I'm just gonna name all the glitches that I remember seeing. When they were talking, right? When him and the character was talking, if you look in the background, you can see like a person walking past, right? But then you see that person loop, and there's like three of them back to back walking all in the same line.
Yeah,
that's another glitch.
But see, all these glitches were happening while they were in the so-called virtual
brain box.
world. Yeah.
Brain box. Then when they went back to go get the blues, the more blue, when they went back into the brain box to get more blues, her stomach like glitched and like expanded. It was like, what is going on?
All a part of, remember, they were saying it was breaking down, trying to cross over into their real world.
Or was it really a real world? Like, was this their world? Like,
one of the worlds had to be fake because of all the glitches happening.
Yeah, that is true.
But it was crazy because Salma Hayek's character, she was unhinged, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That world, because she kept shooting and killing people for no reason. The way she was acting for all this stuff, I'm like, yo.
And then he was asking, like, okay, you shoot them here, are they going to die on the real world? And she gonna say, I don't know.
She didn't want to admit that she didn't know, or if it was more than likely probably happening, until he said, well, just bash my head in, you take these, go back, bash my head in, and I'll just wake up and be there. I don't know if that's going to work.
After you told me that he was just going to wake up with a stomachache.
I'm like, come on, really, a stomachache? I mean, let's just take on the side, okay, the brain box is real. Okay. That would be crazy. Talk about immersive.
Oh, yeah.
Yo. That takes Ready Player One to a whole nother level.
Can I ask you a funny question? Was the writer on drugs?
Listen, I mean, the writer could have had a Seth Rogen moment. High as a kite writing this.
Yo, because like during this movie, right? Like they were they were yellow pills, right? Or yellows as they called it.
Yeah, they gave them powers.
Helped
them enhance their powers and all that.
That was just crack. We all know that there's crackheads out here that are super strong. Listen, they got superpowers, bro.
Come on. He crushed the car without touching it.
Exactly. Come on.
That was hilarious.
Listen, then you got the blues, right?
That just takes them out of the joint.
How do you take the blues though, right?
Up their nose. Like
drugs. These are drugs.
Ain't nobody saying that they're not, but
Yo.
first of all, if you look at it, the blues looking more like diamonds.
Yeah.
And the yellows look like
some type of pearl or something like that.
Either I forget what it's called, topazes or something like that.
Mm.
Could have been could have been anything.
So
that's what this was about, to leave it up to your interpretation.
Oh yeah, because I definitely have another question then.
Mm-hmm.
Why, when they went back, half of the world was different and half of the world was the same? Meaning, right, like when they went back, or when they first was there, I think what was his name, Keanu or something like that, Keno, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was like a drug dealer essentially, right?
Yeah.
In this raggedy house, selling drugs and stuff like that. But when they went back the second time, he looked like he was like a professor or somebody that worked in a lab. He had a lab coat on in an abandoned building, and so it's like
he could create and choose how he wanted himself to be.
Yeah,
it was
so
all
like
altered anyway. But you have to remember, at the same time, it was malfunctioning in the real world. Things messing up.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was.
So, who knows? I
need one of those. What is it? I call it a director's edit, where the director or the writer explain the scenes and stuff like that, because I am so like, I feel like this is one of those things where you actually have to watch it a couple times.
I kind of want a sequel to wrap this all up properly.
It could be a sequel, because again,
does this world invade their world, or does things finally get corrected in the brain box? Does Owen Wilson's character ever get out?
Do they find out that the world that he was which world is really real? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Or was this all a dream? And he was reading Word Up magazines.
Hey yo, it was a good film. Like I said, I really think this is one of those movies. If you watch it again, you'll catch something else that you didn't catch when you was originally watching it.
Mm-hmm. Cause I'm gonna be honest, first 5 minutes, I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Why am I watching this?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay.
Because again, remember when he came back, I forget that Bjorn was alive.
The boss was that originally he killed. Yeah. I don't even know how. When he just stood up.
We gotta talk about that really quickly, because I wanted to talk about that and I totally forgot about it until you mentioned the way he just stood up. All he did was like if somebody tapping you and like you're trained, you're like spaced out, and somebody taps you and they just jump, and all he did was like jump up.
Yeah. He
didn't give him no force or anything like that. He jumped up and you went flying back.
Mm-hmm. But first of all, I mean, that could have been him having power, supposedly. That could have been Selma Hayek that did it.
True.
2, I would just say
that could have been her doing it.
This man didn't wash his hands coming out that restroom. You ain't touching me anyway. He got what he got. You should have washed your hands. You just fired this man, then you try to touch him.
Yo. How he put that man on the window?
Yo, no. How he fell out the window.
Oh, yeah.
Just slithered on out, and everybody, oh, he jumped. Do you see him jumping? He just slithered. He dead. He wiggling.
All it seemed was just somebody fall from the sky. I mean, listen, if somebody fall from the sky, you automatically go think they jumped.
It was wild, but all in all, great film.
Great film.
It's a mind bender.
Facts.
But let us know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Was this just a figment of his imagination? Was he high? Or which world was real? Which one's fake?
Were we high while we were watching this?
We're not. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. Till next time.